Tony Stewart here. And as you can see from the title tonight, we're talking about why Grant Cardone doesn't like Dave Ramsey. Now, full disclosure, not only did I go to the 10X boot camp a couple weeks ago, and I'm giving you notes from that uh, event, but I also will tell you that as far as Dave Ramsey is concerned, I've been through his Financial Peace University 3 times and gotten so much great information from it and applied it. So when I saw that, Grant Cardone really had issues with some of the stuff that Dave Ramsey teaches, I thought, let's see what this is all about. And what it really comes down to, and this comes from day 4 of the 10X boot camp. And again, 2 hours plus of information. I'm whittling down for less than 5 minutes. But again, if you want the notes on this, and some people already have, just send me a private message and I'll send you the day 4 notes. So anyway, the reason they disagree is because Grant Cardone has these what you call myths about money, and there's 8 of them. I'm going to tell you that's just a portion of the information in my day 4 notes. Anyway, here's the myth for money. Money is scarce. And Grant Cardone says that's not true. I remember a guy once said that there's no shortage of money, never has been or never will be. It's just a lack of knowledge on how to acquire it. And Grant Cardone really subscribes to that, where Dave Ramsey does say, as you're trying to get your finances right, you may have to go with rice and beans, beans and rice. That's one of his sayings, to get your money right. So he definitely has a difference there. Hard work will make you rich. Grant Cardone says that's not the case. Smart work, doing the right things will make you rich, where Dave Ramsey speaks more about the work ethic. So there's a difference there. Saving money, here's another myth that Grant calls this out as a myth. Saving money is the way to wealth creation. And Grant Cardone would be the first to tell you that you cannot save yourself rich, where, of course, Dave Ramsey, he definitely talks about saving money, building up an emergency fund, and so forth. So there's a dichotomy of different ideologies there when it comes to that. Dave Ramsey talks about having mutual funds, where Grant Cardone says it's a myth. You should never diversify your investments. You should find something that you specialize in and put all your money in that. And again, that's different than what Dave Ramsey says. Number 5, all debt is bad debt. Here's a huge disconnect here, because Dave Ramsey definitely talks about being totally debt-free. Even if you decide to invest in real estate, you should do it with debt-free dollars. Where Grant Cardone says you use debt to leverage yourself out of financial situations and into riches. Basically, he says use debt as a tool, where Dave Ramsey says don't use debt at all. Cash is king is something that Dave Ramsey definitely talks about. He even talks about having envelope systems and so forth for different things in there. Grant Cardone says that's not the case. It is definitely not king. All right. It takes money to make money. Again, Dave Ramsey talks about how as you go through the baby steps, you take that money and you use that money for investing once you get out of debt and so forth, and that's how you build. Where Grant would say ideas can turn into cash as well. And lastly, Dave Ramsey talks about, getting to the point where you pay off your house. Where Grant Cardone, this is a huge one, says you shouldn't even have a house in the first place. You should be renting the home you live in, and any money you have as far as a mortgage is in your investments. And that's a huge disconnect between Dave Ramsey and Grant Cardone. And Grant Cardone, if you listen to any of his stuff, he's not afraid to call out Dave Ramsey and say, Dave Ramsey, I believe you're wrong. So again, day 4 notes. I got a lot more stuff I got off of that day. Inbox me. I'll get those notes to you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.